Islands, Claudia Jordan, asking you to support a fellow Rhode Islander and check out Remy TV. That's right, Remy TV.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Maya, and you were tuned into Remy TV.
Hey you guys, your girl Tahira, and I had an amazing time. Shout out to Remy TV.
What's up? It's your boy Slim 112. Hey, this is Remy TV.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Wyclef Jean. Y'all watching Remy TV.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Rel from NEXT. For the best interviews, local and international, check out my girl Remy right now, right here, Remy TV. Brother, baby. Peace.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Duran from 112 checking in. You already know what it is. You watching Remy TV.
Yo, check this out.
The positivity lives.
Representing infamous Small Deep, and right now you watching Remy TV.
Yo, man, it's your boy Fatboy SSC, man. You watching Remy TV where positivity lives, man. You already know. That way. Fatboy. Yeah.
Boy Havoc representing infamous Small Deep, and right now you watching Remy TV where positivity lives.
B, and I'm here with a legend. This is you're a legend. You're a legend. Okay. I just want to let you know that I've always been a fan of your music, and I listen to it all the time to the point where my cousin actually broke one of my CDs because I had a lot of your songs on repeat.
Come on, don't be like that, okay? Means, you know what I mean, it feels good, you know what I mean, the songs make you feel good,
It
you know
does,
what I mean?
it does. And when you came out with So Fly, right, that was one of my main songs when I went out.
Yeah.
And that song used to get me so hype, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, Remy, come on, you just playing on the song. And I'm like, nah, this is the song I like to listen to when it gets me hype. So yeah, she broke it.
Oh man, well, you know what, the good part about it is you bought it, and you know, and if she broke it, that means you have to go get another
I had
one.
to get another one.
Yeah, and your cousin got to get another one too.
Yeah, she definitely does.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions for you. I wanted to know if you had any projects coming out.
Yes, well, actually, me and my brother Mike, we're putting together an EP right now. So we're in the primitive stage of it right now. We've been recording records, so you know, it's just like we like to do it like it's like an organic situation, especially working with me. It's like kind of like let the music do the talking, see where direction. But you know, it's the same formula. It's gonna be records that you definitely can relate to. It's gonna touch everybody's lives, you know what I mean? And then it's like it's one of those things where it makes you feel good. You put it in, you know what I mean? You know, so also I'm working with a lot of artists. Music's coming out right now. Kanye's album come out on the 27th. I got some on that. Chicks Tape 5, Tory Lanez. Let's see. I just submitted a record for Big Sean. Hopefully that made the joint.
Hopefully that made the joint. I'm hoping.
It's a crazy record. It's a crazy record. I did something with Case on his album earlier. I'm missing people, but it's just been a rewarding year. It's just been a blessing, and trying to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? The writing and producing and you know working with artists, and then traveling around the world and actually you know doing stuff. And then I have like off the stage type situations, ventures, investing in franchises and investing in my community. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Everything, a lot of good things are happening.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I want to talk about some business stuff with you a little after. How do you feel about today's R&B?
Well, you know what? Actually, I like it. It seems like it's a 360. I say 180. You know what I mean? It's like everything is going back to where I would feel it. You know what I mean? Where, you know, like, of course, there are some, that it was at a time where I was like, is this R&B? Okay. Right. But you know, there are a lot of artists out there that's definitely bringing it back. You know, it was definitely a breath of fresh air to hear. You know, Chris Brown definitely coming to his own. And this last album, definitely the touches of the situation is definitely great. And big shouts out to all of the writers and producers I probably worked with for years now coming back. You know, because even like I listen to like Ty Dolla's music. That's a homie. And his music is definitely it definitely is R&B. You know, he's doing the runs and the you know, and the chords. And I have to give a big shout out to my my homeboys, Pooh Bear. Man, he was right. A lot of people didn't know that. You know, he started out with us, You know what I mean? So he was very, very young, probably 14, 15 years old. So he was getting number one records then. And now when you hear Justin Bieber, every time you hear Justin Bieber, that's Pooh Bear. And and then he just dropped something called Commas. So I think that's just something that he likes to do. It's just something that, you know what I mean? But he's definitely done a big thing. So big shouts out to Pooh Bear. So.
And us Rhode Islanders, we're trying to get hip on some new people and new talent to listen to. So yeah, I think that we should go and listen to him and check him out and see what's going on with his music.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just so much good music that's coming out. You know what I mean? Somebody else I ran into that's definitely I'm very proud of. Well, I mean, I know him as Young Berg. Everybody calls him Hitmaker now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I knew him about him 10 years ago. He actually, we did a collaboration. We did records together. So on the album, the Love's Crazy album, me and him wrote Hills on. So people didn't know, and I was trying to tell people 10 years ago that this man was wild.
Yeah, now he's
you know what I'm
dope,
saying?
though.
Yeah, he's really, really dope. You know what I mean? Same thing like when I ran into Ty Dolla. Ty Dolla was a writer at the time, you know what I'm saying? And when I heard him and he was listening to records, actually I would have been on the mixtape, but I couldn't say those words. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like saying the thing he's blown up with it now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was trying to tell people about him too, like years ago. So big shout out to them, man. They're definitely doing that thing.
Yeah, that's dope. I wanted to talk to you about your voice because you have a different type of sound. And I love your voice. It's so dope and it's different. And to hear different voices instead of like the same thing, it makes you want to listen to the music more. Yeah. And it's just a vibe. So you're a real bop. Okay. I had to let you know that.
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. And I mean, I know I don't have the most traditional voice, but I think that's what makes everything stand out. You know, I was blessed to be a part of a group that you had 4 lead singers, and then my voice just stood out. So it seemed like if I whispered, everybody was like, okay. But I mean, I was blessed to be a part of a four man, where all 4 could sing lead. And I really appreciate everybody. Because it was kind of challenging when we first started. See, unlike the other guys, like I was never in chorus. Like I was never in chorus or anything like that. I played the orchestra. I was in the orchestra. Played the cello. Yeah, and but I as when I got the deal, had to figure out myself, figure out what style, what type of how I was gonna come across. Some of the people are very influential, probably like Babyface or El DeBarge or Raphael Sadiq. I listened to them. And I was like, wow, their voices were different at the time too. That's right. So, I was trying to, so I'm just glad. And then I have to give a special shout out, because my mom is evangelist. At the time when I was younger, I wasn't able to listen to secular music. So
I read something about that too.
Yeah. I didn't know what secular music was until when I started going on tour. I was like, New Edition record. I was on tour with New Edition. That's when I started seeing that song. I was like, oh man, wow, But it was between Take 6 and Commission, those guys right there were definitely influential in myself and 112 as a whole. So yeah, big shouts to them.
Some dope groups you mentioned. When did you realize that you made it? Like, wow, I really made it.
First album when I wasn't able to, it was something we moved to New York in 94, and I was able to maneuver. I could walk down the street. I was riding a train. I was riding a train from Manhattan. We were staying in Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, and I would get on the L train and ride out to Queens, play ball in, I can't remember what basketball park or whatever that was or whatever, but I remember Puff kept telling me, look, Slim, you of all people can't do this. Maybe the other 3, you can't do this. I was always pushing my luck, being Slim, Yeah. And at one time I tried to go into the station, and I knew I had the feeling because I went to the thing and I saw the guy sitting at the booth and he was doing like this. And I was like, man, I tried to put my hood on. Oh,
That's so funny.
It didn't work. By the time I got to the train, I got chased out of there, and it made Hot 97. So yeah, it was crazy. It was like a, and
That's so crazy.
yeah, it was kind of wild.
Excuse my phone call.
Oh no, okay.
I wanted to know if you could tell us advice that Biggie Smalls gave you that was beneficial to your career.
Oh man, so, you know, we were blessed to know them before, even before his first album, Ready to Die. When we moved to New York, Faith and Big were the first ones to take us in and had us taking us out with them. He was doing the promo actually before the album came out, and I'll never forget. New York, Philly, it's like an hour drive. So we used to get in that Land Cruiser, 2 in one, 2 in the other, and drove down to Philly, and I never forget. Like Big was like 6'4", probably 400 pounds. You know, big man. You know, and you know I would always, for some reason, my you know I couldn't. It was hard for me to like pay attention all the time. You know, so I would pay attention and something. You know, I was young too. I was really supposed to be in there. I was not 18 or nowhere close to 21. But I never forget. Big will always, you know, he'll be like, Slim, and then he looked down at me like, look, this is gonna be you. Pay attention. This is how you control the crowd. So you would see him, and then I could still remember like the silhouette of him when he walked toward the crowd, and the crowd was just going crazy. He would just stand there. There's one thing about just crowd, just how he would control the crowd. You know, it was just explosive. So, I mean, there were a lot of words said to me by him, but there's a lot of things that what I saw and what he did.
Right,
you know what I mean? So, yeah, I kind of use that same energy how we do it now.
That's so dope. I love stories like that. I'd be like, oh, that's so dope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Let's talk about some business.
Oh, yes.
So you own the brand 112, right?
Yes.
Can you tell people who want to be business owners how important it is to own your own brand and get it trademarked?
Oh, yes. Well, 112 is one of many of the brands that I own. Mm-hmm. So one thing, you know, I was always into saying own yourself, brand yourself, believe in yourself, even when nobody else does. If you rewind things, I was saying 10 years ago, I kept saying that. I was kind of giving people hints back then. Right. But I mean, for those kind of geeky like myself, you know, they'll know that there are people that actually make a living off of doing things like that. Right. Somebody's about to run for president or something like that. Somebody like yourself, anybody out here can go and actually trademark their name. Mm-hmm. And then when the person comes, you know, they're trying to do it, then you can actually reach out to them and say, hey, I'm not trying to stop you. You know what I mean? It's a business. It is what it is, and it's with everybody. All you need is curiosity. Pull up USPTO and type in all kinds of names and stuff and see, you know, if everything, you know, things are, you know, open or whatever, right? And our situation, I knew because our situation with Bad Boy, just music in a way. When we left Bad Boy in 2003, I knew that, you know. The name was probably abandoned. Right. So in 2010, I checked it out again. Mm-hmm. It was abandoned. At the time, I wasn't speaking to the guys. Yeah. So out of respect, I didn't touch it. Well, in 2012, they asked me to come back. I was in Miami. I was on the beach at that time. I thought I wasn't doing music anymore. So one of the things, you know, is I've always preached, you know, owning and whatever. So it's more like a practice what you preach type. You know, it's like, so that for me, it's a business type situation. You know, hey. So I saw it was still abandoned. So you got to think, look at all these years. Right. Anybody, like, you could have easily went and bought the name 112, and we had to talk to you. Yep. You know what I mean? If we want to use that name. True. So I mean, it's business. It is what it is. You know, the other the execs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Any labels, people own people's names, true. Catalogs, publishing, right. Everything. You know what I mean? So why can I own myself? That's right. You know what I mean? So that's I've always been on that. Move. It's very important. It's important. So and that's not one. And it's just one of the things. So I want everybody out there to know if you're in, it's trademark or whether it's anything. You know what I mean? Believe in yourself, brand yourself, even when nobody's there. You don't have any you don't have any fans or anybody out there supporting you, it's just you yourself, that's cool. Remember that. Believe in yourself, brand yourself, own yourself, see yourself as an empire already.
That's right.
That's what I did. And you know,
love it.
at the time with 112, you know, we had to really build the brand back up, you know what I mean? So brought the team, everybody that worked with me at the time when, you know, I was doing So Fly and you know, I have M3 or whatever, came with me. See Abraham right there, I have Greg Browning, I have my just my whole team came. And built the brand back to where it was. And of course, we're gonna build the brand back to where it's supposed to be because it was upsided. My brand was bigger than you know, me bigger than that's not right. You know what I mean? Nobody. We always had this rule: no one bigger than the brand.
Oh, I love
that. So in order to do that, we had to flip it back up to where it was. So I bought it when it was nothing. I believed in that brand when nobody was nothing. So for some people, it was just, I get on the stage, sing, and I get what I go, and I go back.
No, it's more than that.
For me, it's a lifestyle.
That's right.
It's what I put my life into, my heart, soul. I gave it sacrifices, everything. So, you know, it's definitely meant more.
Dope. So I want to thank you so much for being on my show. I really appreciate it. Can I ask you one more question? I am the only black media outlet in Providence, Rhode Island. I just want to get advice from you of how I could, you know, keep leveling up and not letting people stop me from going the route I need to go.
Hey man, let me tell you something. It's sort of like what I just said earlier. You know what I mean? You believe in yourself, and you've already started. You know what I mean? So now, key to it is like going to the next level, networking, being in people's faces, and you know what I mean, just letting people know exactly who you are, branding, push, and already see yourself as the next Oprah Winfrey. I see it already. You know what I mean? So no problem. You see it, visualize it, say it out, speak it into existence, and then, you know, well, I was always taught. My mom taught me the meaning of faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But then she will also look back at me and said, faith without works is dead. So, you know, put in work. You know what I mean? You have the faith and put the work in. You're doing it. So you're there.
I'm trying so hard, but I really appreciate it. You're so humble and so nice. Thank you. You're watching Remy TV, and we are out.
What's up? It's your boy Slim 112. Hey, this is Remy TV, where positivity lives.